Hi, Expert Thomas here from thebestbreakupadvice.com. Today we are going to talk about dating. Well, dating your ex for the first time after breakup. Not necessarily getting back with them, but taking your ex out on dates. Now, before you take your ex out on any dates, you need to make sure you go on at least 3 outings with your ex. Like I've said before, you need to take this process very slow and very gradually. If you rush it, your ex may feel pressured and they may become turned off. So 3 outings and then you take your ex out on a date. Now, these dates you'll be taking your ex out on will not be your average day, typical dates. These dates will be emotionally charged dates. These dates will be shared experiences, and these shared experiences will create new emotional links. Now, I'm going to try to thoroughly explain this to you because it can be kind of complicated and there's a lot of psychology behind it. An emotionally charged date. An emotionally charged date is a date that it's something that you don't do on an everyday basis. It's not your typical thing that you do. Emotionally charged date would be like a really big concert, a roller coaster, the carnival, the fair, speedboating, something you wouldn't do on a daily basis. A shared experience is an experience that is shared between 1 or 2 people or a small group of people that is not shared with no one else. So when this experience is just shared with one other individual or a small group of people, it becomes very remembering. You know, when you do something with your ex, for example, that nobody else has done with your ex, they will remember that for the rest of their lives because it's something that you and the other person have only done together with no one else. Emotional links. Emotional links are mental connections that you have with somebody that you form over time. So the more you hang out with somebody, the more you expect them to act and look a certain way. Now, emotionally charged dates and shared experiences equals new emotional links. Now, when you create new emotional links, you create a new image of yourself on your ex. So what your ex thought of you before, they tend to forget because now after these emotionally charged dates and these shared experiences, you've now created new emotional links. Therefore, the old links that they had that were formed from the past are gone, if not they're very weak. Now, not only are you going to be doing emotionally charged dates and having shared experiences and creating new emotional links, but you're also going to do a thing that I called stacking. You're going to be stacking dates. When you take your ex out, you're not going to just do one thing with your ex and call it a day. You're going to do a few different things. You're going to want to try to change the environment. You see, every time you change the environment, you change your surroundings, it becomes more of a stronger shared experience. And it becomes more emotionally charged. And this will make it easier for new emotional links to form. So when you take your ex out, when you hang out with your ex, let's say you hang out with your ex for maybe 5 hours. Let's say first you want to go rollerblading for an hour. And then after that, maybe get some ice cream. And then go see a movie. And then if you have time, go to a fancy restaurant. Now, it's important that the last thing you do on the date is the best thing. So you end it with a bang, so to speak. Now, you're going to want to take your ex out on 3 of these kinds of dates. Now, depending on how you do this and how well you do this, your ex may end up wanting to get back with you on one of these dates. You see, this stuff is extremely powerful. So on the first, second, or third emotionally charged date, your ex may end up wanting to get back with you. Now, on one of these dates, your ex may want to start kissing you, hug you, maybe even have sex with you. Okay? You don't know. Now, when I took my ex out on our first date after our breakup, we were on a roller coaster, and on our second ride, she started kissing me. We started making out. Now, what happened was, I pulled away, and then I kissed her on the cheek. And I said, listen, let's not rush this. Let's take this one step at a time. You know, we're having fun right now, and I don't want to rush this, and I don't want to ruin anything. So let's just gradually get back into this, okay? And when I said this, she was dumbfounded. She didn't know what to say. She was like, you know, Thomas, you're right. Let's not rush this. Let's take this one step at a time. So if you're going to kiss your ex, or if your ex starts kissing you, you know, let them know that you don't want to rush things. Let them know that you want to try to make this work, and you want to take it one step at a time. So make sure you do not rush anything. Do not. No sex, no kissing until you're back together. Those are things you should cherish. And those are only things you should do when you're back together. Now, one of the things here is that you also need to know is, you see, as you're doing this, as you're taking your ex on outings and these dates, you are building a new image. You're building a new image of yourself. So the more outings and dates you take your ex out on, the more of a new image you are building, and a better image than before. And while you're building this image, your ex is going to continuously think of you better and better and better, and keep on finding you more and more and more attractive. So you need to keep building the image and try to, you know, don't rush this process. You want to make the whole brand new image, because like I've said before, your ex does not want to date the same person. Now, make sure you let me know how this stuff goes. I want to know how your dates goes and your outings go. I want to know this stuff. I like to hear this stuff. It makes me feel good too. Now, if you're having a hard time coming up with dates, or if you're still going on outings, you want to check out Michael Webb's book. His book, 300 Creative Dates, is a very, very good book. I highly recommend it. It will be very helpful when you're going out on outings and dates with your ex. He has some very good tactics that you can use on your outings and on your dates. I used these tactics, and they work very well, and I still use them when I take my ex out every other week. I try to take her out as most as I can. So you need to check out his book, 300 Creative Dates. It's a very good book. So check out Michael Webb's book at the link below this video. I highly recommend it. It will help you out on your outings and your dates. I'll talk to you soon, and make sure you save all these videos and everything I send you. Have a good day. Bye.